Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. Today, we are going to talk about shopping. Shopping is a very useful topic because almost everybody goes shopping. We shop for food, clothes, shoes, gifts, things for our homes, and many other products. Sometimes we go to a physical store, and sometimes we shop online. In this episode, you will learn many useful English words and expressions connected with shopping. We will talk about supermarkets, clothing stores, shopping centers, online orders, payment, discounts, delivery, returns, and customer service. I will also tell you a story about one very busy shopping day. During this day, we will visit several shops, buy different things, make a few mistakes, and solve some common shopping problems. The English in this episode is simple and clear. You can listen to it if your level is A1 or A2. Do not worry if you do not understand every word. Listen to the general idea first. You can listen again later and write down the new vocabulary. Before we begin, think about these questions. Do you enjoy shopping? How often do you go shopping? What do you usually buy? Do you prefer shopping online or going to a real store? And what was the last thing you bought? You can pause the podcast and answer these questions aloud. Speaking aloud is an excellent way to practice English, even when you are alone. Now, let us begin. Part 1. What is shopping? Shopping means looking for and buying things. A person who buys something is called a customer. The person or company that sells the product is called a seller. In a store, we can also speak to a shop assistant or a sales assistant. There are many different places where we can shop. A supermarket is a large store where we usually buy food, drinks, cleaning products, and things for the home. A shopping center, also called a mall, is a large building with many different stores. A shopping center can have clothing stores, shoe shops, cafes, restaurants, electronic stores, beauty shops, and sometimes a cinema. A department store is one large store with many different departments. For example, it can have a women's clothing department, a men's clothing department, a children's department, a beauty department, and a home department. A convenience store is usually a small local shop. It often stays open late. You can buy basic products there, such as milk, bread, water, snacks, and toothpaste. The prices can be a little higher than in a supermarket because convenience stores are smaller and easier to visit quickly. A market is a place where different sellers offer products. At a food market, you can buy fruit, vegetables, cheese, meat, bread, and other fresh food. At some markets, people also sell clothes, jewelry, flowers, handmade products, or old objects. A bakery sells bread, cakes, pastries, and other baked products. A pharmacy sells medicine, vitamins, skincare products, and personal care products. A bookshop sells books, magazines, notebooks, and sometimes small gifts. A hardware store sells tools and materials for repairs and home improvement. A furniture store sells things such as tables, chairs, beds, sofas. Part 2. Making a shopping list. It is Saturday morning and I have many things to do. My kitchen is almost empty, so I need to buy food. I also need a new pair of jeans because my old jeans are uncomfortable. Next week is my friend's birthday, so I need to find a gift for her. Finally, I want to buy a small lamp for my bedroom. That is quite a lot of shopping for one day. Before I leave home, I decide to make a list. A shopping list helps me remember what I need. It also helps me control how much money I spend. First, I check my kitchen. I open the refrigerator. There is a little milk, but there are no eggs. There is 1 tomato, half a cucumber, and a small piece of cheese. I need more vegetables. I also need yogurt and butter. Then I look inside my kitchen cupboards. I have some rice, but I do not have any pasta. There is no coffee, and I only have 1 tea bag. This is an emergency. I definitely need coffee and tea. I write everything down. Milk, eggs, butter, cheese, yogurt, tomatoes, cucumbers, carrots, potatoes, bananas, apples, bread, pasta, coffee, tea, chicken. Rice is not on the list because I already have enough rice at home. Next, I think about the other things I need. Jeans, a birthday gift, a bedroom lamp. I also write toothpaste because I suddenly remember that my toothpaste is almost finished. My list is ready, but I also need a budget. A budget is the amount of money that you can or want to spend. I do not want to spend more than $150 today. Food is expensive, and clothes can also be expensive. I decide to spend about $70 on groceries, $50 on jeans, $20 on the birthday gift, and $10 on the lamp. Is that realistic? I am not sure, but it is a plan. Before leaving, I take 3 reusable shopping bags. Reusable bags are bags that you can use many times. They are better for the environment than single-use plastic bags. I check that I have my phone, wallet, keys, shopping list, and reusable bags. Everything is ready. I leave my apartment and walk towards the supermarket. Part 3. At the supermarket. The supermarket is about 10 minutes from my home. It is usually very busy on Saturday mornings. When I arrive, I see many cars in the car park and many people near the entrance. I take a shopping cart. In British English, people often call it a shopping trolley. A basket is smaller and you carry it in your hand. A cart or trolley is larger and has wheels. I choose a cart because I need many things. The first section is the fruit and vegetable section, also called the produce section. There are many colors around me: red apples, yellow bananas, green cucumbers, orange carrots, and purple onions. I begin with tomatoes. There are several types of tomatoes. Some are large and some are very small. The small ones are called cherry tomatoes. They look fresh, but they are quite expensive. A sign says, "Cherry tomatoes, 2 boxes for $6. If I buy only 1 box, it costs $4. If I buy 2 boxes, they cost $6. This is a special offer. At first, the offer looks good. I can save $2. However, I live alone and I probably cannot eat 2 boxes before the tomatoes go bad. Buying more is not always the same as saving money. If I throw away the second box, I do not really save anything. I buy 1 large tomato instead. Next, I need cucumbers. I look at the price label. 1 cucumber costs $2.50. That seems expensive, but I need it for a salad, so I put one in my cart. I buy a bag of carrots and a small bag of potatoes. Then I choose 4 bananas and 3 apples. Fruit and vegetables are sometimes sold by weight. This means the price depends on how heavy they are. For example, bananas may cost $1.50 per kilogram. In some supermarkets, the cashier weighs them at the checkout. In other supermarkets, customers weigh the fruit themselves and print a price label. In this supermarket, the cashier will weigh my fruit later. I move to the bakery section. I can smell fresh bread. It smells wonderful. There are many types of bread: white bread, whole wheat bread, sourdough bread, bread with seeds, and bread with nuts. I usually buy whole wheat bread because I like the taste and it keeps me full for longer. There is a special offer on 2 large loaves of bread. Again, I think about whether I really need 2. This time, I decide to buy both because I can put 1 loaf in the freezer. Near the bread, I see croissants. They look delicious. They are not on my list, but I am hungry. I put 2 croissants in my cart. This is my first impulse purchase of the day. I tell myself that 2 croissants are not a serious problem. However, small impulse purchases can become expensive when we make many of them. Now I go to the dairy section. Dairy products are foods made from milk, such as cheese, butter, cream, and yogurt. I pick up a bottle of milk. Before putting it in my cart, I check the expiration date. The expiration date tells us when a product may no longer be safe or good to use. There are 2 bottles of the same milk. One expires in 3 days and the other expires in 8 days. Of course, I choose the second one. This is a useful habit. When you buy fresh food, always check the date. Next, I look for eggs. Eggs are usually sold in cartons of 6, 12, 18, or more. I choose a carton of 12 eggs. I open the carton carefully to check that none of the eggs are broken. Everything looks fine. Then I buy butter, cheese, and 4 small pots of yogurt. There is a discount on a large pack of 8 yogurts, but I do not like all the flavors in the pack. I prefer buying 4 flavors that I know I will enjoy. Now I need chicken. At the meat counter, I see chicken breasts, chicken thighs, whole chickens, beef, pork, and sausages. Chicken breasts are usually more expensive than chicken thighs. I choose chicken thighs because they are cheaper and have a lot of flavor. The package feels cold, but I check it carefully. It is not damaged and the date is fine. I put it in a separate small bag because I do not want any liquid from the meat to touch my other groceries. After that, I look for pasta. Supermarkets can be confusing because they are large and products are divided into different aisles. An aisle is a long passage between rows of shelves. Each aisle usually has a number and a sign showing the products you can find there. I see a store employee putting products on a shelf. I could say, "Excuse me, where can I find the pasta?" The employee might answer, "It's in aisle 7 next to the rice." Or the employee could say, "Go straight ahead and turn left. It'll be on your right." These are useful sentences when you cannot find something. "Excuse me, could you help me? Where can I find the coffee? Which aisle is the tea in? Do you sell gluten-free pasta? Is this product in stock?" In stock means that the store currently has the product available. Out of stock means that the store does not have it at the moment. I find the pasta in aisle 7. There are many different shapes and brands. A brand is the name of the company that makes a product. Some famous brands are more expensive. The supermarket also has its own brand, often called a store brand. Store brand products are usually cheaper. I compare 2 bags of pasta. The famous brand cost $4. The store brand cost $2.50. Both bags are the same size. I choose the store brand because I do not think there is a big difference. Then I pick up coffee and tea. The coffee is more expensive than I expected. I look for a product that is on sale. On sale means that the normal price has been reduced. A discount is the amount of money taken off the original price. For example, if something normally costs $10 and there is a 20% discount, the new price is $8. A sign above the coffee says, "Save $3 with your loyalty card." A loyalty card is a card or an app that gives regular customers special prices or points. I have the supermarket's loyalty app on my phone so I can get the lower price. I take the coffee and continue shopping. The last food product on my list is tea. I find a box of black tea. Beside it, there are green tea, herbal tea, mint tea, fruit tea, and many other kinds. I choose simple black tea because I drink it with breakfast. Now I need toothpaste. It is in the personal care section. There are many kinds of toothpaste. Toothpaste for sensitive teeth, whitening toothpaste, children's toothpaste, and toothpaste with different flavors. One tube costs almost $8. That seems very expensive. I look at the price per unit. The price per unit helps customers compare products of different sizes. A large package may cost more in total, but less for each gram or milliliter. There is a pack of 2 tubes for $11. I use toothpaste every day, and it does not expire quickly, so buying 2 tubes makes sense. I put the pack in my cart. I check my list. I have everything. Unfortunately, I also have croissants, which were not on my list, and a bottle of sparkling water that I picked up without really thinking about it. It is time to pay. I pick up a bottle of milk. Before putting it in my cart, I check the expiration date. The expiration date tells us when a product may no longer be safe or good to use. There are 2 bottles of the same milk. One expires in 3 days and the other expires in 8 days. Of course, I choose the second one. This is a useful habit. When you buy fresh food, always check the date. Next, I look for eggs. Eggs are usually sold in cartons of 6, 12, 18, or more. I choose a carton of 12 eggs. I open the carton carefully to check that none of the eggs are broken. Everything looks fine. Then I buy butter, cheese, and 4 small pots of yogurt. There is a discount on a large pack of 8 yogurts, but I do not like all the flavors in the pack. I prefer buying 4 flavors that I know I will enjoy. Now I need chicken. At the meat counter, I see chicken breasts, chicken thighs, whole chickens, beef, pork, and sausages. Chicken breasts are usually more expensive than chicken thighs. I choose chicken thighs because they are cheaper and have a lot of flavor. The package feels cold, but I check it carefully. It is not damaged and the date is fine. I put it in a separate small bag because I do not want any liquid from the meat to touch my other groceries. After that, I look for pasta. Supermarkets can be confusing because they are large and products are divided into different aisles. An aisle is a long passage between rows of shelves. Each aisle usually has a number and a sign showing the products you can find there. I see a store employee putting products on a shelf. I could say, "Excuse me, where can I find the pasta?" The employee might answer, "It's in aisle 7 next to the rice." Or the employee could say, "Go straight ahead and turn left. It'll be on your right." These are useful sentences when you cannot find something. "Excuse me, could you help me? Where can I find the coffee? Which aisle is the tea in? Do you sell gluten-free pasta? Is this product in stock?" In stock means that the store currently has the product available. Out of stock means that the store does not have it at the moment. I find the pasta in aisle 7. There are many different shapes and brands. A brand is the name of the company that makes a product. Some famous brands are more expensive. The supermarket also has its own brand, often called a store brand. Store brand products are usually cheaper. I compare 2 bags of pasta. The famous brand cost $4. The store brand cost $2.50. Both bags are the same size. I choose the store brand because I do not think there is a big difference. Then I pick up coffee and tea. The coffee is more expensive than I expected. I look for a product that is on sale. On sale means that the normal price has been reduced. A discount is the amount of money taken off the original price. For example, if something normally costs $10 and there is a 20% discount, the new price is $8. A sign above the coffee says, "Save $3 with your loyalty card." A loyalty card is a card or an app that gives regular customers special prices or points. I have the supermarket's loyalty app on my phone so I can get the lower price. I take the coffee and continue shopping. The last food product on my list is tea. I find a box of black tea. Beside it, there are green tea, herbal tea, mint tea, fruit tea, and many other kinds. I choose simple black tea because I drink it with breakfast. Now I need toothpaste. It is in the personal care section. There are many kinds of toothpaste. Toothpaste for sensitive teeth, whitening toothpaste, children's toothpaste, and toothpaste with different flavors. One tube costs almost $8. That seems very expensive. I look at the price per unit. The price per unit helps customers compare products of different sizes. A large package may cost more in total, but less for each gram or milliliter. There is a pack of 2 tubes for $11. I use toothpaste every day, and it does not expire quickly, so buying 2 tubes makes sense. I put the pack in my cart. I check my list. I have everything. Unfortunately, I also have croissants, which were not on my list, and a bottle of sparkling water that I picked up without really thinking about it. It is time to pay. I try to choose the fastest one, but choosing a checkout line is almost impossible. The line that looks fast often becomes slow. There are also self-checkout machines. At a self-checkout, customers scan and pay for their products without a cashier. I have many groceries, including fruit that must be weighed, so I choose a regular checkout. There are 3 people in front of me. I wait in line and look at the products near the checkout. There are sweets, chewing gum, batteries, magazines, and small drinks. These products are there to encourage impulse purchases. Today, I am strong. I do not buy anything else. When it is my turn, I put my groceries on the conveyor belt. A conveyor belt is the moving surface that carries the products towards the cashier. The cashier smiles and says hello. In a real shopping situation, the cashier may ask, "Did you find everything you were looking for?" You can answer, "Yes, thank you." If you could not find something, you could say, "I couldn't find the brown rice," or "No, I was looking for almond milk." The cashier scans each item. When an item is scanned, the computer reads its barcode and adds the price to the total. The cashier asks if I have a loyalty card. I open the app on my phone and show the barcode. Then the cashier asks, "Would you like any bags?" I say, "No, thank you. I brought my own." In some places, plastic and paper bags cost extra. Bringing your own bags can save a little money and reduce waste. The cashier tells me the total. It is $82.36. My food budget was $70, so I have spent more than I planned. Some products were more expensive than I expected. I also bought a few things that were not on my list. I look at the screen to check the prices. It is a good idea to check your receipt or the screen because mistakes can happen. I noticed that the coffee discount did not appear. The coffee should be $3 cheaper. I politely say, "Excuse me, I think this coffee is on sale with the loyalty card." The cashier checks the screen and asks another employee for help. After a minute, they correct the price. Now the total is $79.36. The cashier asks, "How would you like to pay?" I can pay by cash, credit card, or debit card. I choose my debit card. I tap my card on the payment machine. This is called contactless payment. For a larger purchase, I may need to insert my card and enter my PIN. The payment is approved. The cashier asks, "Would you like your receipt?" I say, "Yes, please." A receipt is a small paper or digital document showing what you bought, how much each item cost, the total price, the date, and the payment method. It is important to keep the receipt, especially when you buy clothes, electronics, or expensive products. You may need it if you want to return or exchange something. I pack my groceries into my reusable bags. The bags are quite heavy. I thank the cashier and leave the supermarket. Outside, I check the receipt again. Everything looks correct now. I walk home, put the cold food in the refrigerator, and place the chicken in the freezer because I am not going to cook it today. Then I drink some water and eat one of the croissants. It is warm, soft, and delicious. Maybe that impulse purchase was not such a bad decision. However, my shopping day is not over. I still need jeans, a birthday gift, and a lamp. Part 5. Shopping for clothes. After a short break, I take the bus to a shopping center. The shopping center is busy because it is Saturday afternoon. First, I look at a map of the mall. The clothing store I want is on the second floor. I take the escalator upstairs. When I enter the store, a shop assistant says, "Hello, let me know if you need any help." This is a common greeting in stores. You can simply answer, "Thank you." Sometimes a shop assistant asks, "Are you looking for anything in particular?" In particular means something specific. You could answer, "Yes, I'm looking for a pair of black trousers. I need a dress for a wedding. I'm just looking, thank you." "I'm just browsing" means that you are looking at the products but do not need help right now. Today, I am looking for blue jeans. I walk to the jeans section and look at the different styles. There are straight leg jeans, skinny jeans, wide leg jeans, boot cut jeans, high-waisted jeans, and low-rise jeans. I prefer straight leg or wide leg jeans. I want something comfortable that I can wear every day. First, I find a pair of dark blue straight leg jeans. The price tag says $69. That is more than my $50 budget. A price tag is a small label attached to a product. It shows the price and sometimes the size, color, product number, and washing instructions. I look for a sales section. Many stores have a special area for discounted products. This section may be called sale, clearance, or final sale. A clearance section contains products that the store wants to sell quickly, often because the season is changing or only a few sizes are left. Final sale is important. If an item is final sale, you usually cannot return or exchange it. Always check the return policy before buying a final sale item. In the sale section, I find several pairs of jeans. One pair is $45. It is within my budget. I check the size, but I am not sure which size I need. Clothing sizes can be confusing because they are different in different stores and countries. You may wear one size in one store and a different size in another store. I find a shop assistant and say, "Excuse me, could you help me with the size?" The assistant asks what size I usually wear. I tell her, but I explain that I am not sure about this brand. She looks at the jeans and says that they run small. When clothes run small, their sizes are smaller than usual. If you normally wear a small, you may need a medium. If clothes run large, you may need a smaller size than usual. The assistant gives me 2 sizes and says, "You can try both of these on." I thank her and walk to the fitting rooms. A fitting room, also called a changing room, is a small private room where customers try on clothes. At the entrance to the fitting rooms, another employee asks, "How many items do you have?" I have 2 pairs of jeans, so I answer, 2. The employee gives me a small card with the number 2 and shows me an available fitting room. I enter the room and close the door. There is a mirror, a small bench, and several hooks for clothes. I try on the smaller pair first. To try on means to put on clothes or shoes in a store to see if they fit and look good. The smaller pair is too tight around my waist. I can put it on, but it is uncomfortable. I cannot move easily, and I would not want to sit in these jeans for several hours. The length is good, but the waist is too small. I take them off and try on the larger pair. The larger pair is more comfortable around my waist, but it is too long. The bottom of the jeans touches the floor. This is a common problem. Sometimes the waist fits, but the legs are too long. Sometimes the length is perfect, but the waist is too tight. The employee outside asks, "How are you getting on?" This means, "Is everything going well?" Or, "Do you need any help?" I open the door a little and say, "They fit around the waist, but they're too long. Do you have them in a shorter length?" The employee checks the label and looks for a shorter pair. A few minutes later, she returns with the same size in a shorter length. I try them on. This pair fits much better. The jeans are comfortable around my waist. They are not too tight or too loose. The length is also right. I walk around the fitting room and sit on the bench to make sure I can move comfortably. They fit well, but I am not completely sure about the color. The jeans are very light blue, and I usually wear darker colors. I look in the mirror for a long time. When we talk about clothing, the word fit describes the size and shape. If something fits, it is the right size for your body. The word suit is a little different. If a color or style suits you, it looks good on you. For example, "These jeans fit me, but the color doesn't suit me." This dress is the right size, and the color really suits you. I ask the assistant, "Do you have these in a darker color?" She checks on her small store device. Unfortunately, the dark blue jeans are out of stock in my size. She says I can order them online, but they will take 5 to 7 business days to arrive. I need to decide whether to buy the light blue pair or order the dark blue pair. The light blue pair is available now. It fits well and costs $45. The dark pair looks more like my usual style, but I cannot try on the exact pair before ordering it. I decide to buy the light blue jeans. Sometimes it is good to try something different. Before leaving the fitting room, I change back into my clothes. I take all 3 pairs of jeans with me and give the ones I do not want to the employee. It is more polite than leaving them on the floor. Then I walk around the store for a few more minutes. This can be dangerous. I already found the item I need, but now I see many other attractive clothes. I find a soft green sweater. It is beautiful and it feels comfortable. It costs $55, but there is a sign saying, "Buy one, get the second item 50% off." This type of offer is often shortened to "Buy one, get one 50% off." The offer makes me think about buying more. However, to get the discount, I must buy 2 items. If I only need 1 item, buying 2 does not really save money. I remind myself that I came for jeans, not a sweater. I put the sweater back. At the checkout, the cashier scans the jeans. She asks if I want to join the store's rewards program. Members get points and special discounts. I already have too many store apps and emails, so I politely say, "No, thank you." Then she asks if I want to donate $2 to a charity. Many stores ask customers to make a small donation at the checkout. I decide to donate $1. The cashier tells me that the jeans are final sale because they came from the clearance section. I did not notice this. I ask, "Does that mean I can't return them?" She says, "That's right. Final sale items cannot be returned or exchanged." This is an important moment. I must be certain that I want the jeans because I cannot change my mind later. I tried them on carefully and they fit well. I decide to buy them. I pay by credit card and asked for a printed receipt. Even though the jeans are final sale, I keep the receipt in case there is a problem with the product. The cashier puts the jeans in a paper bag. I thank her and leave the store. My jeans cost $45 plus tax. The final price is a little more than $50. With the $1 donation, I have spent slightly more than I planned, but not much more. Part 6. The end of my shopping day. After buying the jeans, I decide to go home. I still need to buy a birthday gift and a lamp, but I am tired and I have almost reached my shopping budget. I can buy these things another day. Sometimes it is better to stop shopping when you feel tired. When people are tired, hungry, or stressed, they often make quick decisions and buy things they do not really need. On my way home, I think about my shopping day. At the supermarket, I bought almost everything on my list. I found fruit, vegetables, milk, eggs, cheese, bread, chicken, pasta, coffee, tea, and toothpaste. I also bought croissants and sparkling water. These were impulse purchases because I did not plan to buy them. At the clothing store, I tried on several pairs of jeans. The first pair was too tight around my waist. The second pair was comfortable, but the legs were too long. Finally, I found a pair that fit me well. This experience reminded me that clothing sizes can be different in every store. It is always helpful to try clothes on before buying them. You should walk around, sit down, and check whether you feel comfortable. When I arrive home, I unpack my shopping bags. I put the milk, eggs, butter, cheese, and yogurt in the refrigerator. I put the chicken in the freezer because I am not planning to cook it today. Then I put the pasta, tea, coffee, and other products in the kitchen cupboards. Finally, I take out my new jeans and try them on again. They are comfortable and I like the light blue color. They look good with my white shirt and trainers. I am happy that I bought them. Before we finish, let us review some useful shopping expressions. When you need help, you can say, "Excuse me, could you help me?" When you cannot find something, ask, "Where can I find the coffee?" When shopping for clothes, you can say, "Do you have this in another size? Could I try this on? Where are the fitting rooms?" At the checkout, you can say, "I'd like to pay by card." "No, thank you. I brought my own bag." "Could I have the receipt, please?" Now think about your own shopping habits. Do you usually make a shopping list? Do you compare prices? Do you sometimes buy things you do not need? Do you prefer shopping online or visiting physical stores? Pause the podcast and answer these questions aloud. Today, we learned that shopping is not only about buying products. We also need to compare prices, choose the correct size, follow a budget, and communicate with store employees. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope these words and expressions help you feel more confident when shopping in English. Keep listening, keep practicing, and I will see you in the next episode.